when a girl breaks up with a boyfriend and goes, I've got to find out who I really am. I've got to find the true me. All right, love, going to Magaluf, are we? So, on Fridays, right? We do this thing every week called Friday night dinner. And it's where my best mate Bill, and to be fair, I might as well be a part of their family at this point because I'm there all the time. I'm just there. I'm Uncle Wes to his kids. I'm just there all the time. Godfather, do absolutely anything, and I'm always there. So what we do is we do this every Friday. It's called Friday night dinner. And it's at his mother-in-law's house. And what we do is loads of family members get together, including me and everyone else. We all go and we basically do like a fuddle or a party or whatever you want to call it. And we like play games and stuff. So I don't know if anybody's ever played on the PlayStation before. There's the interactive games that you can play on your phone, but you play them through the PlayStation.
Is that Buzz thing?
It's a bit like Buzz, but you play it through your phone. Something like
okay. I feel like I've seen
Party
before.
Packs or something like that. And there's like 7 or 8 different ones. You play it off your phone, but it interacts with the screen. And there's like Murder Quiz. There's like Bomb Corp, where you've got all work together to defuse the bomb in the room, but you've all got different things to say and do. So it's like communication type games. Really good fun. And it's a good time when we all do food. But every week, we have to make something different. So, for example, I can't even remember what it was last week, but I just turned up with chicken wings. I think it was kind of just like nibbly bits or something like that. I turned up with KFC because I didn't have time to do anything. So I was just like, yeah, KFC. And that's when, Wes has got no idea. A few weeks ago, we did like your favorite dish. So mine was chicken wings, made homemade chicken wings, bought them from the butchers. Did everything myself. They're amazing, and they won the week. Let's go, Wes. We've done things like favorite biscuit. So everyone were taking their favorite biscuit, whether that's a custard cream or anything like that. I took chocolate fingers. Won with the chocolate fingers.
See, it might be, there's M&S.
What
are they called? Like Dutch shortbread?
Yeah, Bill bought shortbread. Bill did get the shortbread from M&S because he works literally across the road from M&S. So he did get it from
shortbread. So it's half chocolate, half like shortbread all the way through.
Yeah.
But the top half has got like chocolate bits on it, and it's like a little wavy thing across the top.
Yeah, they were the ones they got, as well as
Insane.
Fox's biscuits as well. You got them. I got Cadbury's fingers, custard creams, and something else. But everybody just got loads of biscuits. But Bill's mother-in-law, Jill, she always does all the sandwiches. And let me tell you, mate, best sandwiches you've ever had. Hands down. She must go and buy 3 loaves of extra thick white bread from like the bakery, because it is the best bread I've ever had in my life. And she sits there and makes sandwiches for everybody. And bear in mind, there's about 15 of us there. So she does that every week, regardless. If it's not a foodie week, if it's like a sweet week like that, she'll make all the normal food as well as get the sweet stuff as well. She's so good. She's an amazing woman, bless her. So this week, it's something out of a packet. Now, I wanted to go and get Kraft's mac and cheese. I was like, I want mac and cheese, proper American style, everything. Went everywhere searching for it. All the American shops, anywhere that I could not find boxed mac and cheese anywhere. So I was like...
So how does it work then? Do you have to make enough for all 15 people, or do you make enough and then people choose what they want when they're there?
Yeah, so think of it like...
So do you cook it for maybe 4 people or something?
You must make a big portion, so like a big dish size. Enough so everybody could have a piece if they wanted to. Do you know what I mean? Not everybody's going to eat what you make, because they might not like it. Not everyone's going to like mac and cheese. Some
see, I'd be
don't.
terrible at stuff like this because out of 15 people that would all bring something, I probably wouldn't eat any of it.
You'd be surprised because some of it.
No, you'd be surprised.
I know how fussy you are. Some people bring stuff for fussy people because they are. So you kind of see that trend throughout, depending on what people do. Some people will literally bring burgers that you can build yourself. So they'll finish off the burgers when they get to Jill's house. Then the burgers will be on the plate. Then there's like sauces, like lettuce, mayo. Build your own burger. Bill's done that before. Or you've got like literally a standard chicken curry like you'd get from the Chinese with rice. People have done that. But it's just all
I'd
about...
just bring frozen chicken nuggets every week.
Chicken nuggets, that happens all the time. All the time. Chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets happens a lot. Cheese board happens a lot. I've seen a lot of cheese.
I need to get in good with Bill's family because I want to be invited to this.
Honestly,
it sounds fun.
It's such a good time. And the thing is, it's every Friday. They have such a good laugh with it. They invite absolutely anybody to come who will come. And I won't lie to you, they haven't got the biggest house in the world. And everyone's sat on the floor and like all huddled around each other. But it's a good time. It's like proper family time. Everyone's having a laugh. No one's taking anything seriously. Everyone's having a laugh and a joke, having fun. It's just what you would want from spending time with each other. It's really good fun. So I absolutely adore doing it, but that's every single Friday. So every Friday, that's what I do. Getting ready for Friday night dinner. And it happens from 6 o'clock and we probably finish about 12:30. It's mental. But it's a good night. And if anyone's watching from Friday night dinner, last week Tracy won with a trifle and it was fucking banging. It was so fucking good.
I just want to say the reason that we're talking about this, or Wesley's talking about this, we're actually recording this on a Friday. And he was like, at some point, I've got to go and make mac and cheese. Really random. But this is why. So yeah, that's why we're randomly talking about Fridays.
So I'm going to go and check and see if Morrison's do a packed up mac and cheese. If they don't, I'm going to have to kind of make one myself. I ain't going to have a choice. So it ain't going to be from a packet, but it's mac and cheese. Well, no, but
technically you can make it from a packet. You just couldn't get it in a packet.
Exactly. Just everything in a packet. Cheese in a packet. Pasta in a packet. But Bill has done meatball subs. So just little one meatballs, the veggie meatballs, which come in a packet, and he's put one of them on a little slider with marinara sauce where you stick through it. So that's what he's made. And then he's made chicken and stuffing baguettes.
Why veggie meatballs? Is he vegetarian or is he just making a vegetarian option?
No, just making a vegetarian option. It's for people who are like, don't like pork. He doesn't eat pork. Bill doesn't eat pork. To be fair, I know a lot of people that don't eat pork. Not out of, like, any particular reason, like a religious reason or anything like that. Just don't eat pork. I know a lot of people that just don't eat it.
I know someone who doesn't eat pork. I think he said it's because his brother worked on, like, the farms with the pigs.
Yeah.
Where they slaughter them for the meat. And he was like, you see that process, it puts you off for life. I think he went vegetarian as well after that.
Do you know the reason that a few people, so the two people that I know, I'm close with, someone that I work with, and Bill, the reason that both of those don't eat pork is because it doesn't get along with the stomach. And surveys say that it's around roughly 30% of people in the UK can't eat pork because of the reaction it has with the stomach, and the reason for it is because of how close it is to human meat. That's what they say.
Yeah.
So
don't put me off my bacon, Wes. Don't do that to me.
That's what they say. They say because it's the closest thing to being human that you can eat. It's like there's very similar tendencies, and apparently some people's stomachs just revolt it. Can't do it, can't handle it. Which would make sense, though. It would make sense, but that's what they say. That is what they say.
Yeah, it makes sense, but I think we should move on from this because I love my bacon. And you're going to put me off
I
it.
love bacon. I love bacon as well. Now, I know we've been talking before, and I know we talk about topics 24/7, and anybody who watches the podcast absolutely knows that Ellie hates absolutely anybody that does anything because they're doing it. And you're probably sat there going, what you on about? And I mean,
Well, I'm not quite that bad, but
if you have an umbrella, Ellie is embarrassed.
no. If I have an umbrella, I'm embarrassed. If someone else has one, umbrella. No, if I'm carrying one, I'd be mortified. But if I see someone else carrying it, I probably wouldn't even notice.
So
but I just feel really embarrassed to be carrying one. Okay.
She feels embarrassed to be carrying an umbrella. So what we've decided to do today is just put out there a few things each and debate them over what annoys us and whether we deem it as we're being picky or that we're in agreement that it is an annoying thing. Is that the best way to describe this?
Yeah, so I've actually titled my list things that offend me, but they're not offensive.
There we go. Mine might be offensive to everybody. I don't know. So that's the whole point, isn't it? To see if any of them are.
I feel like my first one is going to be very 50-50. I feel like there's a lot of people that will agree with me, and there's a lot of people who are like, what the fuck? I think it's going to be a very mixed one.
Go on.
So it's when people call me without telling me that they're going to call me. Like, they just ring your phone. You're not even talking to them beforehand. Like, you're not even texting them. No, they just ring out of nowhere. And the amount of times this happens, and I will just watch the phone ring because I'm just sitting there like, who do you think you are? Like, why are you calling me?
Don't know what the funny
What are you doing? What do you want? Like, message me and say, hey, you're free. Because honestly, right, I do nothing. I'm always free, which is probably why people don't text first. But just because I'm not busy, like I'm not at work or I'm not doing anything, I'm not out, I'm at home, doesn't mean I'm not busy, right? I can be sitting on my bed doing absolutely fuck all, but to me, I'm busy. I'm thinking about stuff. I don't know. I'm doing something. Something's going on in my brain. I'm busy. Don't call me.
Yeah. My first one links with this, so I want to tell mine at the same time. So my first one that came into my mind when we was making ideas, I don't like it when someone texts me. Hate it. I feel like if you need me, you can call me. And if you need me, you will ring me. I don't like people texting me because I feel like, and a lot of people will tell you this, I will not reply to you via text. You can message me as much as you want. You will get very little out of me on the text message because I hate texting.
Yeah, the amount of times I send you a big paragraph about something and you just put sound.
I hate texting. Absolutely hate it. Right? And I think that's a new thing for me because before I used to like texting, didn't mind texting, until I moved to the job that I'm doing now, where all I like is phone calls. Hate people texting me. Hate it. I just like someone to call me and be like, where's, 3 seconds on the phone, done. It's not me reading a message, texting it out. It's like, come on, you can just ring me.
This is where I'm quite picky, right? And a bit awkward because if someone rings me out of the blue, I'm not going to answer you. And I will watch the phone ring and I will message you saying, what's up? Straight after it stopped ringing, I will message saying, what's up? And if it's not urgent, there's no need for you to call me. What I hate is people calling me just to say, I don't know, what time we're meeting. You could have texted me that. However, if you text me something that I can't reply to quickly with 2 or 3 words, why didn't you just fucking call me?
That's it, yeah. Like, that's it.
And this is the thing, I'm so fussy. It depends what the conversation is. Is it going to be a long one?
Yeah.
Don't text me like a massive rant. Message me and say, need to vent, can I call? That's fine. That is the perfect way to do it. But don't just call me, but also don't just text me with some big information shit, okay? You got to find the balance, okay?
Got to find the balance. Got to find the perfect balance. But that's just the thing for me. I don't like texting. I love people who just call me. And I think most people who know me know that now. That I'd rather pick up the phone and just go, yeah, absolutely fine, not a problem, see you in a bit. phone
Yeah, see,
down.
I always message you. However, if we're like having a conversation and it's just going backwards and forwards, back and messaging, and some of the messages are quite long, that is a scenario where it's okay for you to just call me because I'm
Or
already
voice
talking to
note.
you. No. So this is another thing. I will send the longest voice notes in history, right? Entire podcast episode for a voice note. I just got a lot of information that I need to get out. I do like little side quests.
On average,
It's
1
great.
minute, 30 seconds.
Oh, probably longer than that.
I've got some long ones.
But I love a voice note. However, if I send you a voice note and you reply with a voice note, fuck off.
I've been doing
this
it.
morning.
I did do it this
You
morning.
did it this morning. I ain't gonna listen to it.
I did do it this morning.
I will see it come through and I will just come out of Snapchat or WhatsApp or whatever it's on and I'll think, I'll listen to you when I'm fucking good and ready, all right? Like,
do you know what it is for me?
I ain't listening.
It's and Ellie will probably know this and know probably what I'm talking about. It'll be about, she'll be editing a video about, on like, I don't know, let's just say a Monday or a Tuesday. She's editing a video. She'll send me a 1 minute, 20-second voice note at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm at work at this point. I literally look at it and go, not at the minute, switching back to the side red. And she's like, I bet she's thinking, motherfucker hasn't even answered me.
No, see, this is fine. I voice note my partner and he's always like, I'm at work, stop voice noting when I'm at work. And I'm like, look, I didn't message you beforehand saying you need to listen to this now. It's just there for whenever you're ready. You don't need to listen to it. If it's urgent, I'll let you know it's urgent. But you don't have to listen to it the second it comes through. That's on you. Like, I ain't interrupting your work. You're interrupting your own work, okay?
And that's literally it.
Bruh.
I was like, yeah, I'll just read it. I normally save it in the chat and then I fucking switch it. I'm like, yeah, I'll come back to that when I can.
And that's fine. But just don't reply with a voice note. It's fine if you reply with another 1 minute 30 voice note. I'm not going to listen to it right away. But that's fine. But what I hate is I'll send like a 4 minute voice note and someone replies going, yeah, that's fine. For a voice note, like you could type that. It's 3 words.
That's what I do.
Yeah, you're the worst for it. Why? Why do you need to voice note
that? Because you voice noted it me, so I was like, fuck it. Yes, and.
No. I
think that's actually what I said this morning. Yes, and. The voice note, it was like 1 second long.
Yeah, I think you did. And I didn't listen to it for a while. I was getting ready and I had my music playing. And I was like, I'm not pausing my music to listen to it. I don't care. I don't care if it's 2 seconds long. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, and all you're doing is, yes, and.
Yeah. Like,
so my first one and your first one actually go together. The next one is, for me, so I'll throw one into the mix. To be fair, the first few are around phones, believe it or not. When someone lets their phone ring out loud and just lets it go. And go.
Especially on a bus.
Even whilst you're talking. It's while you're talking. So if me and you were talking now, and my ringtone was just blurring out, but I'm still talking to you in normal conversation, like it's not happening, I'm just like, bro, just mute your phone if you don't want to answer it. Or say,
yeah.
Or 1 minute, I'm just going to answer the phone. And
see, my phone's always on silent unless I have to have it on loud because I'm waiting for something or someone might need to get hold of me for whatever reason. Then I have it on loud. But if it goes off and I'm not answering it, I just press the volume button because it just mutes it. You just press it once.
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
It mutes the ringtone.
Yeah.
I never ever leave my phone on loud and just leave it to ring. I will watch it ring, but I ain't listening to it.
Honestly, I don't know why, but it grinds my gears. And I'm just like, just mute your phone.
I hate it when you're in public and someone's phone's ringing. You're like, just fucking answer it, bro.
Yeah.
Like
just pick
the amount of times it happens on a bus. Yeah, it happens on a bus. But at the same time, if you answer it, I'll be pissed off. Because there's nothing worse than a quiet bus and someone going, hiya, you right? Yeah, you? Yeah. No, I'm just going to town. And you're like, I don't care. Shut up. Like, just text him. Oh, it annoys me, man.
That's funny, that is.
What? And as a nosy person, that's the worst, when you can only hear one side of a phone conversation. Like, I'm sorry, but if I'm going to have to hear you, you're going to have to put it on loudspeaker.
So I can just stay the
because I need to know what's going on.
Oh, dear. Especially if it starts getting juicy off the rip. Which like,
oh, yeah.
Oh, no, I can't believe that. Shannon, proper white girl name. Shannon,
yeah, but you can only hear one side of the conversation. You're like, what's Shannon done?
Can't believe you've done that, Shannon. And you're like, ooh, what you done, Shannon?
Honestly, being nosy is the worst thing in the world.
And it is annoying because you can only hear that like little bit of the conversation. You're like, fuck.
Well, before I go on to my next offensive thing, while we're talking about being nosy, I think the worst thing for me as a nosy person is you see on Facebook that two people aren't together anymore. They're two people you don't know. They're not relevant to your life.
Yeah,
you don't really know
this.
anything.
I know exactly where you go with this
But
shit.
you're like, hold up, who cheated? Who fucked up? Who did what? Like, I need to know. Like, you can't just change your relationship status to single and not tell us why.
Oh,
Especially when they write like cryptic statuses.
that's the one. The cryptic statuses.
Look, you're gonna air your fucking tea on Facebook. Give us the whole story, bro.
Yeah, it's the ones where it's like, what was one that I saw the other day? It was so good, and it got really like 500 comments deep, and you're like, oh.
But I will literally sit on Facebook like digging through like their friends' profiles, their ex's profile, and I'm like, someone's got to give me some information here. Someone's got to have said something about it.
What was it? It was something like, think you can cheat on me? I'm meant to be your baby mum. Or something like that. And I was like, oh, shit's going down. So I click on it, and I'm like, oh, and there's one of the other girls going, yeah, air him out like that, what a piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. And then this other woman comes in with a super polite comment like, I don't think you should be airing yours and Brandon's relationship all over Facebook. It shouldn't be done this way.
No, you should, but you should also air more.
Like this or something like that. Then the like bitchy girlfriend who was like commented going like slay queen or something, then has a go at that person going, shut up you old hag, you don't know what you're talking about. You're like, oh, it's going down.
But when you're nosy and you don't know the full story, like, yes, you love the drama and you're there for it, but you're like, I'm going to need a full, like, whose side am I on here?
Yeah.
Like, these people probably don't even know who I am, but I want to know whose side I'm on.
And you go through laughing at some of the comments that people put on.
Like, I need to know who's done what. I need to know what's gone on. I need the full story, bro. But yeah. So actually, no, that is a thing that offends me. When people put stuff on Facebook but don't give you the full story. So I don't use Facebook. My last post on Facebook was probably like 2 years ago. I don't know. I don't use it. I use it to snoop on what other people are doing.
I'm going to look when my last post on Facebook was, because I think mine was a long time like, as well.
You know those people that check in at the hospital and they're just like, oh, here again, or sick of this place, or my second home, or they put something like that. And then in the comments, people go, oh, what's up, babe? I'll message her. Like, no, tell me your entire medical history. Like, I need to know, why are you at the hospital? Are you dying? Or have you, like, cut your finger? Like, what's going on here? It's offensive.
The last thing I put on Facebook was just a happy birthday to my little brother. Other than that, it's just sharing memes.
Yes, I don't even do that. I just love reading other people's dramas.
I don't know if the camera can see it. Right, but that's I'm gonna read you the caption in a second, right? But that's he's the guy off Shark Tale. And all it is the caption says, it's not that funny. Me. That
is you.
That is me. That is literally me. But other than that, I can't. I'm looking now. I haven't got any other posts other than 30th of October. I shared this podcast Halloween special.
Oh,
that was the last time that I posted.
I feel like everyone between the ages of like 22 and 45 are only on Facebook for other people's dramas. Younger people post their own dramas. Older people get involved in everyone else's shit. But the people in the middle, we're just there to see what everyone else is doing.
Unless you're that girl or guy that is like,
yeah,
out clubbing with my friends. Oh my God. Oh my God. All the ones that like put live, love, life. I'll find the right man for me eventually. Oh.
Okay, before we go on to this, I've got another list that we're going to come on to after, and some of these are in there.
All right, I'll stop.
Yeah, stop. We'll come back to this one. So, back to things that offend me, but they're not offensive.
Right.
When people put their babies on the phone to you, but the baby can't talk, like it's not a 2-3-year-old, it's like a 6-month-old baby. And they're like, say hi, and you're like, the baby can't say shit. And now I feel really uncomfortable because I don't know what to say because the baby's not going to talk. Like, can you just talk to me? I rang you.
Same thing as talking someone's dog on the phone.
Oh, I've never had that.
Yeah,
I can't say I've ever put my dog on the phone to someone.
Yep, I've had that. I know how that
No,
one
but
feels.
it's offensive. Don't put your baby on the phone to me.
Don't put your baby on the phone. Right, I've got one now. Might be slightly controversial, right?
Oh, God.
It might be, but I just want to see if anybody else feels the same. So, I've got lots of friends that speak loads of different languages, right?
Yeah. Oh, I know where you're going, I think.
I don't speak loads of different languages. So I've been out with friends before, so they both speak Polish. I don't speak Polish. They both sat there speaking in Polish to each other and laughing, and I'm there like, what are you guys on about? Am I not allowed to be in the conversation?
Yes, I think that's rude if you're with someone who you know can't take part in the conversation.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I'm saying it like this. So when someone speaks a different language whilst you're there, so that's the only reason I've put it there, and I had to explain the background to it first. So you're with people.
Question.
Yeah.
Do they speak English fluently?
Yes.
Okay, I was going to say if it's
as
just
well
easier
as
for them.
as good as me and you.
Okay, I was going to say if they speak Polish better and they struggle with English, it might just be nicer for them to just be a bit more comfortable. But no, that's rude then.
I've had people do it where they speak completely different languages in front of you because they're talking about shit, and then you find out third hand later what they were talking about.
Yeah, so we used to get it in school. You'd get like a group of, I can't remember where they were from, but like students that didn't speak very good English. So it's fine that they like wanted to speak in their own language, but they'd literally be staring at you while doing it, and you're like, you got something to say? Like,
yeah.
They're all staring at you. So it's obvious they're talking about you, but you're like, I can't say anything because I don't know what they're saying.
Yeah. So like if you're involved in a conversation and you don't understand it, how are you actually part of that conversation? Really awkward and really like...
That's just ignorant.
Yeah. Or we get it a lot in sales where you're like doing the deal and you're talking with the customer and they like just ignore you and start talking in their own language. And you're like, okay, there's two ways to approach that.
I couldn't do that. If customers started doing that to me, I'd be like, do you want me to just fuck off? Like, can you handle this yourselves?
You get some customers who literally will just go to you and go, we're just going to speak in our own language because we understand it a little bit better. Is that all right? You will get that. And you're like, yeah,
and that's fine.
Whoa, no problem. I'll give you 5 minutes
that's like
to have
a comfort thing. It's easier for them and it's just easier for everyone to understand and whatever.
It's when
and they'll fill you in after on what you need to know.
Yeah,
like, that's
just
fine.
like what have you come up to what you come to the conclusion of. But it's when you're not included in the conversation that you feel like you should be, and it's like, okay, all right then.
Okay, so considering my list is things that offend me but they're not offensive, I would say that one is actually offensive.
You reckon?
Yeah. I mean, let us know what you guys think, but I think that one is quite offensive.
Yeah. I know it's a
when
bit of
it's
a controversial
done for no reason.
one.
If they're comfortable enough speaking English and they're with a group of English-speaking people, to then just like 2 or 3 of you go off and start speaking a different language, pushing someone else out.
Yeah. And we're not talking
I'd
about...
say that one is actually offensive.
Yeah, we're not talking about if you went to Spain, they're speaking Spanish and one of them is your translator. We're not talking like that. We're talking like a general conversation around a dinner table and you're all involved in the conversation and then they cut you out of a conversation.
Yeah.
That's
offensive. That's rude.
I've got another one as well. I don't know, you got one?
I've got loads, but go on.
When someone tries to constantly one-up you.
Yes.
So
that is offensive.
You reckon that's offensive? I didn't know. I was like, I'm just putting things that annoy me.
Because it's like you'll say something. We covered this a few episodes ago, but you'll say something, and you're not asking them. You're just talking about something in general. So you'll say, "Oh, I don't know, like, say Call of Duty for example. Oh, I had a well good game last night. I got like 21 kills in S&D. Oh, the other day I got 27, and you're like, I didn't fucking ask.
Yeah, exactly that.
Like, it wasn't a conversation of, oh, what's your highest kill games? And everyone's saying it. You're just saying something that you're proud of or that you're happy about or even something you're sad about. And then someone else just has to jump in and be like, oh, I did this. And you're like...
I've been to Tenerife. I've been to 11 Reef.
Yeah, like, if you'd have told me away from this conversation, I would have been happy for you. And I would have been like, oh, that's great. Or if it was a sad thing, oh, I'm really sorry you're going through it. But you say it when it's my moment, I immediately don't give a shit about what you've said now.
Yep.
I don't care.
That's exactly it. I couldn't have said it any better. But yeah, it does my head in.
Yeah.
Does my head in.
As we said in the other episode when we covered this, there is certain people that do it with everything.
Everything.
Literally everything.
Everything. Oh my God. I've got this.
It's like, oh, I've got a cut on my finger and it really hurts. Oh, I chopped my finger off once.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, cool. Cool story, bro.
All right then, mate. We'll leave that there then.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, I twisted my ankle the other day. Oh, did you know I broke my arm 2 weeks ago? Right,
Well, it's even worse when it's like 13 years ago.
Yeah.
It's like you do something and they're like, oh yeah, well, 13 years ago. And I'm like, are you not over it yet? Like, move on, bro.
That's exactly it.
So one for me is, you know, when you order off Uber Eats,
Yep.
and then you're tracking your driver, because let's be honest, we all do that. Watch the driver, and they get to your house, and you see him stop, and you're like waiting for the door to go, and then they message you saying, I've arrived. That's great. Come to my door.
Knock on the fucking door.
Yeah. Knock the door. Ring the door. Do something. I can see you've arrived. I've been watching you for the last fucking 20 minutes, mate. Come to my door. Like, why are you messaging me?
Just do the last little bit. You've done everything else.
Like, that offends me.
I get that. I 100% get that. Because you're just like, bro, why don't you just come and knock on the door? What's the problem with knocking on the door?
It's quicker for everyone. Because I'm not going to come out and get the food.
Well, he's had to then...
If I wanted to leave my house to pick up food, I would have gone and got my food. I've paid you to deliver it because I don't want to do that.
Correct. You've paid for a service.
So come to my door.
It's completely different. Some people will sit there and make this argument, right? And there's going to be someone in the comment section that is going to go, oh, well, you're only making their life a little bit easier, but you've paid for the service.
Yeah.
You've paid
and well,
for
on
that
Uber Eats
to be
as well,
done.
There's options when you put the delivery through where it's like drop off at the door, meet at wherever, like there's different things.
Yeah.
I always go for like bring it to the door, that one.
Yeah.
So don't then message me saying I've arrived. If you didn't want to bring it to my door, you shouldn't have taken my order.
Damn straight.
Bitch.
And Deliveroo's like £5 delivery as well. It's fucking right expensive. Yeah. It's not even cheap delivery, is it?
Well, another one that's kind of not similar to this, but I suppose you could tie Uber into this. You know when you get in a taxi, and I know taxi drivers must hate it when you're like, oh, busy tonight, all that stuff. But on the flip side of that, I hate it when you get in a taxi and, I don't know, you go into town or something.
Yeah.
And the taxi driver goes, oh, you going anywhere nice tonight? You going out? Where you going? What you up to? Or like, A, you don't need to know. B, don't wait for me to get in your car and then say, oh, where you going? Not like you can see where I'm going. I've told you where you're dropping me off. Past that point, you don't need to know. Are you going out? Well, obviously. Like, no, I'm staying at home. I'm getting a taxi into town and then I'm just going to get another one straight back. Like, obviously I'm going out. And I get they're just trying to make conversation, but make it a bit more
it just sounds like they're trying to make a conversation with you.
Yeah, but it's easier to make a conversation by just saying, like, just don't say anything, to be honest. The amount of taxi rides I have and the taxi driver is silent, I will give him a 5-star rating. We don't need to talk.
Fair enough.
I love nothing more than a quiet taxi driver who gets me from point A to point B safely. They drive safe. I'll even give them a tip sometimes if they don't talk.
You can actually, that's actually a thing now, isn't it? On Uber Eats. You can have what they call a quiet ride.
Can you?
Yes. That is a
I need
thing
to start
on
booking some of them.
On Uber Eats now. It's called a quiet ride where they won't talk to you at all, except from when you go in the taxi and when you arrive at the destination.
Yeah, see, I don't mind getting in the taxi and saying,
That is it.
You're right, or whatever.
So these are what the ones that they have now. So they have an Uber X. I don't know what an Uber X is. Then there's an Uber Comfort. There's an Uber X Priority. And then there is an Uber Silence.
I need to start booking Uber Silence. Although, to be fair, I will say, like, 90% of them are fine. They'll be nice enough to say hello and goodbye and whatever in between. But they're not chatty the whole time. Most of them are like that, which is great.
I'm just seeing if there's any other ones. Oh, Uber Assist. And then they have train and ticket options, as well as economy, which is a bike, an electric bike. Weird. So they do have a few things then on Uber, as it seems.
Good old Uber.
Good old Uber.
But yeah, just don't be asking me where I'm going, what I'm doing. Like, there's no need.
There's just no need to be acting like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you say. I just thought it was being polite. Something that I dislike is, say me and you are sat in a coffee shop having a conversation, right? And either the waiter or waitress or just a random person walks over mid-conversation and goes, "Do you know they have a nice chocolate biscuit here?" Sorry, were we not talking?
I can't say that one's ever happened to me.
Or if you're talking to Elliot and you're meeting a group of friends or whatever it may be, and you're mid-conversation and you're literally talking and someone just, bam, interruption, fucking boom, mid-conversation. And you're like, that's a bit rude, mate. Let me finish talking.
See, I hate people that
annoys
interrupt.
me.
I'm very bad at doing it. You'll notice on the podcast, you'll be talking and I'll start to say something, but I won't talk over you. I'll say it just as a hint of, I've got something to say before you move on.
Yeah, I'm exactly
like you'll be
the
talking,
same.
I'll be like, yeah, it's like, but then I'll shut up.
I'm the same.
And I know
with that.
I know that's still bad, but I know I'm very bad for doing it. But when you literally just talk over someone, that's a completely different thing.
It's like, yeah, what we do is try and talk over each other at certain times when we're trying to butt into the part of the conversation that works with what you're thinking at the same time, which is normal.
Yeah.
And especially on a podcast, it's a normal thing. I'm talking about, like, you sat in an office, in a closed office, someone don't knock on the door, they just storm in and just talk.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But do you know what else is also really annoying? When two people are talking and you're stood there and they see you and they know you're trying to say, my mum does it when she's on the phone or she's talking to someone. And let me tell you, that girl can fucking chat, right? She ain't shutting up anytime soon. And I'll have a quick question, like, what time are we eating? What time are we having dinner? Or whatever. And she's on the phone, chatting away, and I'll tap her on the shoulder so she knows I'm there. But then they just carry on for 20 minutes and you're like, you're telling me you couldn't have just said, oh, hold on one sec. Like, find a natural break in the conversation. Don't just cut it in.
Yeah.
But just say, oh, one sec. Like, Ellie's just trying to ask me something. Then I ask it. It's a quick thing. At the same time, make time when people are trying to talk to you.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. There's always
really
time
pisses me off.
there's always time to cut off a conversation midpoint. Like, say if we was talking now, like as what's just happened, you finish his bit, then we'd go, right, yeah, go on, I can help you. And you carry on afterwards.
Yeah. Like, it's not that hard to do.
It's not hard to do.
Especially when you're in a group of people, like a group of friends,
Yeah.
and you're trying to say something, and especially when they know it's only going to be something quick.
Yeah.
And they just don't give you a chance.
Like if you
Because
go,
then it's
what
like,
drink do you want?
Yeah, it's like I either have to talk over you and then I'm going to be rude, or I'm just going to be pissed off with you for at least a week.
Yeah.
You know, which one's it going to be?
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Either way, it's bad for you.
I get that. 100%.
But yeah, people that interrupt are fucking annoying. That is offensive.
Well,
I feel like mine are more like not actually offensive, but they are offensive to me. Whereas yours are things that actually are offensive.
Maybe they are.
Like, so my one is when someone sees an older photo of you, so like 2 years ago, and they go, oh, you look so pretty in that. It's a compliment, but you basically just said I'm ugly now.
Bam! Backhand compliment.
It's offensive.
It's a backhanded compliment.
You can say, oh, that's a nice photo, but you look better now. Even if I don't. Like, I look at old photos of myself and I'm like, shit, why don't I look like that anymore? That's okay for me because it's me.
Yeah.
But you can't look at an old photo of me, even if you don't know it's old, even if, you know, you don't know it's 2 years ago. But you go, oh, that's such a nice photo. Because now I just feel ugly and I'm going to cry about it. Okay.
Oh. I get that.
Oh, okay. Another one that's offensive, but this is me being very fussy. I'm aware of this. So I bought this set off Boohoo, and it's like a red trousers, and then it's a red crop top thing. Like a 2-piece thing, right? I don't feel comfortable wearing red. I feel comfortable wearing black, grey, sometimes white. That's it, right?
Okay.
I wore this when I went out. And when people go, oh, that colour really suits you, that offends me. Because I don't wear this colour. This isn't a me colour. But now you're saying it suits me, so now I feel like I've got to wear this colour, but I don't want to wear this colour. So I'll be offended. But at the same time, if I buy a new outfit and you don't go, oh, that outfit really suits you, then I'll be offended. So you can't win. If I wear something new, you can't win. Just don't comment on it.
I feel like that's just someone being genuinely nice to you.
Yeah, but so I'm not going to hate them for it. Like, I'm not going to be like, that's rude. It offends me internally because I'm like, if this colour suits me, but I like to wear black and grey, but they're saying that doesn't, they never say that suits me when I wear that.
Because you always wear it. What's the difference?
Yeah, but they don't say it. So now I'm like,
Ooh.
do I need to wear red now? I don't want to wear red.
Wear red then. Just wear red.
No, it doesn't. It washes me out. This was in the summer, so it wasn't too bad. Because I had a bit of a tan going on. But I am honestly the whitest person you'll ever see. You've seen me. I am fucking pale.
What tan did you have?
I tan really well. Well, I used to. The last few years, not so much. But no, like, I'm the whitest person ever. So when I wear bright colours like that, it just contrasts my whiteness really bad.
Contrasts your whiteness.
Yeah.
Contrast your whiteness. Something I've never noticed before, and I've just noticed it, right? And it was done on purpose, but I've realised how weird it looks. You know my tattoo? Look where it stops, right? It's so I can wear a watch. Right? But... And you can still see the tattoo. But without a watch on, it just looks like it's not finished properly.
I can't say I've ever noticed that.
I just noticed it now because I was like itching my beard or something then like that. And I was like, you know, if I'm not wearing a watch, it looks really odd, this does. Put a watch on, it covers that whole bit of skin and looks normal. I was like, So imagine having a tattoo done so that there's space for a watch. Don't know, each their own, I guess. Bit of a weird thing to break it up. I'm out of ideas with mine. Mine seems to be offensive to a degree, so that means I must be on the okay normal train.
Yeah. See, mine are just things that they're not offensive in the slightest. Like, none of what I've said is actually offensive, but I'll be offended if you do them.
You look nice in your black shirt today.
Fuck off. No, to be fair, I like this shirt. Thank you.
I took that one as a compliment.
Okay, last one for me. I have so many, but last one for me.
Go on.
When someone watches me eat.
I know you
That's
don't
offensive.
like that.
It's offensive. Don't watch me.
I know you don't like that. It's weird. Okay, let's flip it. If you're the last one eating.
I usually am.
Especially when you're at a dinner table with like 5 or 6 people. If you're the last one eating, awkward as anything.
I just don't like, you know, if I'm eating and other people are eating and we're talking at the same time, like, I won't look at you as I'm talking to you. Like, I'll glance up or whatever, but I'll look at my food and I'll look around or whatever. And it's not because I'm not paying attention. It's because I know that when people look me dead in the eyes when I'm eating, it makes me not want to eat.
Yeah.
So I don't do it to other people. But if someone looks at me, I won't take a bite of food. I'll wait until they look away to carry on eating. And then I'm just pissed off because I want to eat. Like, you can talk to me, but you don't have to look at me. And while we're on this one, do you know what else is really offensive?
Okay, yeah.
So you're in a restaurant, right? You're eating your meal. You've just took a massive bite of a burger. You've got burger sauce everywhere and you're chewing and you're having a difficult time. Your mouth's full. And then the waitress comes over and goes, is everything okay with your meal? Why do they always wait till you've taken the biggest bite of food to walk over and ask that? Every time. They never come over when you're in between bites or when you're taking a sip of your drink. It's always right after you've taken the biggest bite you're ever going to take.
You ever been to Nando's?
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Right. At Nando's, they do this really badly. Like, it's really bad at Nando's. Like, they have this little chicken thing on your table, and it's there all the way until you start eating. And when you start eating, if one of the waiters see that chicken thing still on your table, they literally run over as quick as they can, as soon as even if they haven't even took a mouthful yet. And they're like, how's your food going? Is your food all right? Do you like food? I don't know yet. And I ate it. I mean, a little bit.
So my partner always, like, he always says to me, because when they come over, I just ignore them. And he, like, because he answers anyway. And if there's something wrong, I'll tell them, but there rarely is. But they'll come over and go, is everything all right with your meal? And he'll go, yeah, lovely, thanks. And I just, like, have a mouthful of food and I'm like, just do a little nod. Or sometimes I give a thumbs up. And then he's like, you're so rude, you never answer them. I'm like, I've got a mouth, do you want me to spit my food on him? Because that's what will happen. If I open my mouth to say, yeah, it's lovely, thanks, it's going to go all over him. And then no one is going to be happy with that situation. Right? If they don't want to be ignored, don't watch me take a big bite of food and then ask me a question.
See, what I always used to do as a waiter, God, this is years ago now, like flipping out. Let's go back in the time traveling world. But when I was a waiter, or then many moons ago, what I used to do is I used to wait until everybody's got their food. That's the first thing that I did. And I always used to go, right, so is everything here? You haven't missed anything now? No, perfect. Next thing, I normally give them about 2 minutes or so, and you glance over at the table to make sure everyone is eating. That's how I used to do it. And if everyone's eating, you kind of just scoot past, not at the table like a lot of places do, but kind of come past and go, everything all right, yeah? Sound. Carry on walking.
Yeah.
Not come up to your table. How is everything with your meals then? Is your burger all right?
Like, on your way past, just everything all right, yeah?
That's
and
all
most
you
of them will
need.
just nod or just lift their head up, give thumbs up, whatever. That's exactly what I used to do. So I was a waitress in an Indian restaurant. And I either wait until at least one or two of the people at the table are having a sip of their drink or they're having an actual break where they're talking.
Yeah.
And then I go over.
Yeah.
Is everything all right with your meal? And even if a few of them are eating, there's at least 2 or 3 of them that can answer.
Yeah.
And obviously if there's something wrong, like if there's something wrong with my meal and they come over and go, is everything all right? And I can't talk, I'll go, like, one sec.
One sec.
I'll say, oh,
can I get a drink, please? Or can I have some sauce? Or this ain't right.
Like I'll wait till I've finished eating.
Yeah. I
hate people who eat with their mouth open, but it's even worse when people try and talk whilst they've got a lot of food in their mouth. Like, I've got time. I can wait, okay? Nothing is that urgent that it needs to be said there and then. Nothing. I don't care if you're on fire. You can fucking wait till you swallow your food. Okay? Pisses me off.
But
so yeah, if you're a waitress or a waiter and you're watching this, it's offensive. Don't do that, please.
Just scoot past. Just scoot past. Yeah. That's all I used to do. You don't need to come over to the table and like you're taking an order. It's just everything all right? Yeah, sound. Thank you.
Well, I wouldn't mind them coming over. It's just don't do it after you've just seen them take a massive mouthful of food.
Yeah, that's the other thing, isn't it? So
yeah, I think that concludes our list of things that are offensive. That aren't really offensive. Although Wesley's were offensive.
What? That's true, to be fair. That means I'm just not the weird one with a weird list.
Well, I feel like that was the point of the list.
Right.
You missed the point and just went straight to these things are fucking rude.
And I don't know. Well, the first one, I just don't like when someone texts me. Maybe that's weird.
Yeah, see, that one was fine.
Yeah.
Well, it's not fine. It's offensive.
Or when people let the phone ring out loud. Maybe not everyone finds that offensive. They're just like, oh, someone's phone's ringing. Don't know. Or I did miss one, I think. When someone answers the phone while she's talking, mid-conversation. So
you'll get annoyed if they let it ring, but you'll also get annoyed if they answer it.
No, the bit that I get annoyed, the reason that it's probably got to be explained, it's got to be explained to a detail. So you're telling me a story and you're like, yeah, and this happened, and then, yeah, what you doing, mate? You all right? You're like, whoa, okay.
Wait, hold up, you do that.
Maybe I do, but it's annoying when other people do it to me.
You mute your mic, but when I'm not looking at your camera, So Wes will do this. So before we start recording, we're in a Discord call, and for some reason he puts his camera on in there first. And I'll be talking about the podcast and right, so we're going to do this and let's do this, blah, blah, blah. And we're just chatting along. And then he goes really quiet and I look at Discord and I'm like, Wes, are you there? He goes, and his mic's muted and he's on the phone. I'm like, how long have you been gone for, bro?
I hate it when people do it to me. I know
You're the
I do
worst
it.
for it.
I know I do it. But I hate when people do it to me. Just saying it's an annoying thing. I do it. I know it's annoying and I do it. So I'm just saying. But that's kind of my point. That's what I'm saying. It's a bad habit. It's a bad habit.
It is.
Right. Is it me? Yeah. Or is it a thing where you can just tell what type of person someone is by their name?
Judgmental, but...
Right. I know it is, right? But we all have this thing, right? And I think it's true to a certain extent.
You sound like Katie Hopkins.
To a certain extent, right? Not that you judge someone solely off their name, but you think you know what type of person they are based off their name, right? So if I said to you, Shanice, what would you think if I said that name to you? Honestly.
No, see, I struggle with this one because there's a girl that I know of called Shanice who was just the biggest chav and she was a bully in school. Not my school, someone else's.
Sounds very example of the name, right?
At one of the churches that I went to, there was a girl called Shanice and she was the loveliest person I ever met.
But which one would you...
One.
Okay, so which one of them would you put with the name Shanice?
I don't know.
You're just going to prove my point, aren't you? You still want to say it?
No, I honestly... If you give me another name, I'll be a bit more...
Let's go back to the name I used earlier. Shannon.
My sister's got a friend called Shannon. I like her. It can be a bit of a trav name.
No, I'm trying to think. Now, if you heard the name Katie, where would that one put you?
Sweet. Okay, if I hear the name Katie, I'm like, they're one of those girls who everyone thinks is really sweet, but behind people's backs, she can be a bit of a bitch.
That sounds like every Katie I've ever known.
I don't think I know any Katies.
Right, here's a hard one. Maybe. Alicia.
I don't know. I don't know with that one.
I know Alicia's on both sides of that fence. Really chavvy or really prim and proper. One or the other.
Yeah.
Thomas.
It depends. Do they go by Thomas or do they go by Tommy?
Tom.
I think Toms can be anyone. Toms can be a 40-year-old man. Tom can be a chav, or Tom can just be a nice, normal guy. Tom's a variety.
Justin.
Okay, any man's name that begins with J, they're a red flag immediately. J names are a red flag. Everyone knows this.
But we're talking about Justin.
The only thing I can think of when you say Justin is that guy off CBBS.
Jack.
I think Jack's a nice person name.
Ryan.
Twat.
Elizabeth.
Oh, posh.
Okay.
If her parents ever heard her swear, Jesus.
Phoebe.
A what?
Phoebe.
I thought you said BB. Phoebe, I just think of Friends. Why are we doing this?
Why are we not doing this? It's quite good.
Why am I the only one doing this? Let me give you some names.
It's good. I'm enjoying it. It's quite good.
Sam.
Chav. Okay. Samuel. Posh.
Nah, twat.
Has to go by a certain way. If his name is Sam, normally I'd say Chav. Ish. Maybe. Maybe not. Working. Nice. Maybe a nice guy, Sam. Samuel. Definitely posh. Thought you had another.
Jacob.
Jacob. I think Jacob's always a nice name for someone. Jacob's just like the nice guy. That's what I'd think of a Jacob.
Mackenzie.
100% chav. Or some flipping model's kid.
Like, that sounds like an Instagram, like an influencer.
Yeah, it sounds like flipping Katie Price's next child.
Anyway, I don't know how we got onto this. You just started throwing names at me.
One more.
Okay.
Taylor.
I like the name Taylor for a girl. But the only issue is with it, everyone's been like, named after Taylor Swift.
But boy.
For a boy, I don't think it's the worst thing, but I'm not a fan.
Okay. Anyway.
I like boys' names as girls' names.
So you like a girl called Alex instead of a boy called Alex?
Yeah, see, I'd prefer it on a girl.
Like Billy is a girl instead of a boy.
A name I love for a girl is Riley.
That's a nice name. I feel like I know a few Rileys, though.
The only reason I would be against calling my kid Riley is because they won't be able to say it for a few years and they'll just be going Wiley. And it'll piss me off. Wiley. That'd annoy me.
Sam is also a boy and a girl's name.
Yeah.
Anyway, during that short intermission of Wes's wacky mind.
That was so random.
I know, we are something.
Just came from nowhere.
I know, standard.
No, I do have another list
Okay.
that I know I mentioned to you, Wes. And this is why I cut you off earlier when you talked about the Facebook things and annoying things that people post. Because my next list is phrases that annoy me.
Can we start with that one then? Live, laugh, love.
Why is that one annoying, Wes?
It's the definition of annoying. Every single chav has it on their bedroom wall or has it in their living room because they've moved out. And they have it in big writing all over the wall. Or they post it on Facebook.
Instagram captions.
Instagram captions. Live, laugh, love. Oh my God, they're my goals in life. Okay.
I feel like it was an okay quote until it got taken over by certain types of people. Like, you know when you think of Karens on Facebook? They've always got that in the bio.
The Karens.
Yeah, they will always have that in the bio. Always.
Live, laugh, love. Yeah, Karen. Standard.
So yeah.
Yeah, they definitely do.
So I have loads.
Go on then.
But one that I really hate is if you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best.
Oh, that's not the best one.
Because the kind of people that say that are people who are dicks. They don't really have a best. Like, their best is them being a twat. And they're the kind of people who think... They're the same type of people who say, I have no filter, or I say it like it is and people don't like it. They're the same people. And they're like, if you can't handle me at my worst, like, no, because your worst is just you being a bitch 24/7.
You're always at your worst, love. Behave.
Yeah.
It's such a standard. It's a fact. It's not even up for debate at this stage, is it?
I feel like every teenage girl went through a phase where we would say that. But that was also when we were in the phase of being at our worst. We were bratty, horrible teenagers who were a bitch to everyone.
Yeah.
That's when we said it. God only takes the best.
God takes everyone.
God takes everyone.
Yeah.
Like, we're all dying at some point.
We were on about this the other day, weren't we? Like...
Or when people say only the good die young, I get it why people say it.
Well,
but at the same time, no, they don't. Like, you know, if you're a 15-year-old who went out and murdered a lot of people and then the police killed you, you can't say only the good die young. Like, no, you're a dick and you died young. Like, dickheads die young too. Okay.
everyone, some people can't.
Like, anyone can walk out and get hit by a bus, whether you're a dickhead or not. Like,
Wow!
no, but they can. Like, I don't know. It's one that just annoys me a bit.
But these quotes are what I call on everybody's wall or in their bathrooms. That's what this segment should be called. Bathrooms and living room segment.
Well, my next one isn't. Well, I hope it's not.
Go on.
It's not really a phrase, is it? I don't know. Wagwan.
I love that. I say that 24/7.
I'll say it in a jokey way, like I'll join a call and be like, Wagwan, motherfuckers.
I say it
I wouldn't
all the
walk
time.
past someone in the street and like, there's people that I used to know when I was younger, and I'll walk past them in the street and they like do that little head nod and they go Wagwan, and I don't know what to say back because I don't know whether they're asking you good or what you're doing, or so I just go, you're right. And I also hate that I do it when people say Wagwan, but if someone walks past me in the street and goes, you're right, because you don't know whether to nod your head back and go, you're right, or whether to go, yeah, thanks you. Like, which way do you go?
You good?
It's easier, yeah, but then you're opening yourself up to conversation, but you're both still walking away from each other. And at what point do you just shout at each other or just keep walking? Like, it's just an awkward encounter for everyone, really. Just walk past me and just smile. That's it. That's all you need to do.
My common saying at the minute is how we do. That's mine. When it's like, how we do, youth? How we do? But the problem is, because of the running joke we have at the minute, is now then.
Oh, God, you're still on that.
I thought I'd bring it up because I thought it was funny.
Okay, that's going on my list of annoying phrases. Come on then, what's some phrases that annoy you? What things do you see online or you hear people say and you just think you're annoying?
I don't know. I didn't prep for this one. I prepped for the other one, but not for this one. You sprungbox this one on me. That don't count. That's unfair. Go on, read me out one more of yours. I'll have one.
Okay. Referring to someone as queen or king, especially when they put the little crown emoji after it. So a girl puts just a very normal picture up, and they're like, "Yes, queen," and you're like, "You're not a queen. Like, you know, you're all right at best. Not looking, like just as a person, you're not a queen." Or like they post a picture of their partner and they're like, "King." Like, hang on, you were fucking moaning about him 2 hours ago. But how much you hated him and all. And that's another thing. When people say, you pissed me off, but I wouldn't change a thing about you. You change a lot of things about them. Like, we've had conversations about this where you hate certain things they do.
Yep. That's it, 100%.
Like, I wouldn't have you any other way. And we're like, but you're breaking up every other week. Like, you know, surely there's something you'd change.
Yep.
I hate it. Hate it.
When people put on Facebook, right? So I know it's like a part of the phrase, the whole phrase thing. But when people kind of just go, "Oh, it's a new year, new me."
Yeah.
Hate that one. That needed to be said in this. I'm sorry it did.
No, I agree.
The new year, new me needed to be said because everybody puts it on Facebook.
I'll say it as a jokey thing, like the first few days of the new year, I'll say something and people will, I don't know, say I eat something and people go, "Oh, that's not like you. You didn't have chicken nuggets." I go, "Yeah, new year, new me," like in a jokey way. But when people post it as like almost like some inspirational thing.
Yeah.
New year, new me. And it's like, no, you're still a dickhead.
Or when a girl breaks up with a boyfriend and goes, "I've got to find out who I really am." Post a picture of himself on Facebook. "I've got to find the true me." All right, love, going to Magaluf, are we? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know exactly what I'm talking about as well, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, got to find the real me.
It's time to be the best I can be. Like, why weren't you doing that anyway? Like, your man weren't holding you back from that. If you don't think you were your best, that's really your issue.
Yeah. Or the one where they put on Facebook, literally as a status, "No one contacts me." You know what I'm saying, right? "No one contacts me. I'm absolutely done blocking everyone out of my life, except from the real ones. DM me if you need me."
Yeah, but then even if it's not someone that you're overly close with, if you DM them, you're still going to get all, like, they're not blocking everyone. They're not only talking to the real ones. They just want to vent to anyone who will fucking listen.
And then when they put on Facebook, just fuming. And then someone comments underneath, "What's my hon? What's happened?
DM me, babe.
DM me, babe. Don't want to art it on here."
Oh, I fucking post it then.
Oh, honestly.
So, one I've seen a lot in the new year that annoys me is things like, this new year, it's like, again, like it's going to be a new me sort of thing. But they're like, anyone who doesn't make an effort this year is getting cut off. And like, why did you have to wait until January 1st to do that? If people are toxic in your life, why didn't you cut them out in, say, September? Like, imagine, right? I hate you. You piss me off, right? And I go, do you know what? December 31st. I'm just going to ignore him. Why wait?
Why didn't you just do it straight away?
Like, I've seen a lot of that. About this new year, I'm only bothering with the people who bother with me. You waited a year to do that? Okay. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I've never understood that one. Because if I get hit by a bus and it doesn't kill me, I am considerably weaker than I was before I got hit by the bus.
Yeah, but the bus man's going to be paying you some Bitcoin.
Not necessarily. Like, it doesn't make you stronger. When people say that, it's usually when something has made you weaker, whether it's physically or emotionally. You are weaker than you were before. And then people say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And you're like, no, it doesn't.
I kind of have to agree with that.
I can't understand that one. I can't wrap my head around it.
Oh my God, we're so in love. Can't believe we've been together just a week.
Right, okay. So another one. Life's what you make it.
Okay.
Or when people say things like, I don't think I wrote this one down. The world is your oyster, or you can do whatever you put your mind to. No, I can't. Right. Because if I wake up one day and I go, right, do you know what? I'm going to fly. I'm just going to become a superhero and I'm going to fly. I can't do that. It doesn't matter how much I put my mind to it. It doesn't matter how much I concentrate. I can't do that. So no, I can't do whatever I put my mind to. Right? It's bullshit. It is bullshit. Right? And you're giving people false hope and it's rude. Okay? And life isn't what you make it. Life is what it is. Right? Okay, yes, you can do things to better yourself or better your life. But not everyone has the same opportunities. Life isn't what you make it. You dealt a shit hand or you dealt a good hand.
Do you want to know?
And you just kind of roll with it.
Attached to that.
You wake up and you fucking roll with it. Right? Whichever way the wind takes you, you're going. Like it or not.
I have something attached to that. Is when that girl puts on her Facebook status, might start OnlyFans. Bitch, please. No one's going to subscribe to them gabby toes.
Okay, to be fair, I'm guilty of this one anytime money comes up. So I'm not actually going to start an OnlyFans, right? Unless it was like a jokey one.
Wait, what?
No, like nothing wrong with it.
At least OnlyFans in the description below.
Yeah, like things like that. So I think a couple of episodes ago, we were talking about something.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I might just start selling feet pics on OnlyFans. I'll say it things like that. But when people just post it, might start an OnlyFans, or when they put like who would be interested, just do it. Like if you're gonna do it, just like no one cares. Well, not many people care. No one's gonna give a shit. If you want to start one. But you don't need to post about it. Who would be interested? Who would buy? Like if you'd buy it. Just fucking do it, girl.
Oh,
or boy, whoever you are, do it.
It's the people now who are in our 20s that still go, like for an inbox.
Oh my God. Or DM me for a rate.
Yeah.
They do like those little love, like different coloured love heart things.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'll send you which one I think of you. Like, bitch, please, man. How old are you? The other thing I hate, someone did this to me yesterday. So someone did it to my partner a couple of weeks ago and he was like, what does this mean? I was like, I don't know. I'm not down with the kids anymore. So someone sent a Snapchat and just put SB. So I think he Googled it and was like, or he asked the person and they were like, it means snap back. And then someone did it to me yesterday, just a black picture, just with SB. And I'm like, no.
What does that? So what does it mean?
Snap back. Basically, they're bored and they want someone to talk to them. So they just send it out to people and just put snap back.
Ah. Right, okay. I don't even know what that was.
Don't tell me how to live my life, because I ain't snapping you back. But if you're not giving me some sort of interesting conversation, why would I...
Give a shit.
You've given me nothing to reply to here. Yeah, like...
I've not had that one before.
I remember this being a thing back in BBM days or something, where you'd send out the same message to loads of people.
Ping to chat.
Yeah. But that was years ago. Like, why are people still doing this?
It's when someone takes a picture of themselves and goes, this is me 13 weeks in. 13 weeks into what? You look no different from your profile picture. What, you're 13 weeks? You're 13 weeks pregnant? Are you 13 weeks fucking eating meat only? What the fuck are you 13 weeks into? You're like, what the fuck is this all about? You're like, what? When they're literally going back to just the stupid statuses that people put out there, where they're like, oh, wish it was all the same again. Wish what was all the same again? The fuck are you talking about? Who are you talking to? No wonder the older generation look at us like fucking idiots, and people are posting this shit on Facebook or done. That's all they put, done, dot.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you
It's
on
when
about?
people put that on their Instagram story. Done with what? Are you quitting your job? You breaking up with your partner?
What the fuck are you doing?
On a more morbid side, are you done with life? Like, do I need to message you? Do I need to intervene here? Like, what's going on? Give us some context here. Yeah. When people say about making mountains out of molehills,
Isn't that just everyone on Facebook anyway?
well, so say something's bothering you, right? And I say something to you that's a problem and it's getting to me, and you go, oh, don't make a mountain out of a molehill. That's going to piss me off, right? Because I'm a little ant and this is a fucking mountain, okay? It is. It's massive. It's a big problem. And it could be something as small as, I don't know, I dropped a pen on the floor. I'm like, for fuck's sake, can you go, don't make a mountain out of a molehill? No, it's a big thing. And you saying that just makes it worse. You've just made a problem go from maybe a 5 or a 6 straight up to a 10. So that is an annoying phrase.
I agree.
It has the same effect
I agree.
as someone telling you to calm down or cheer up.
Chill.
Or smile, it might never happen.
Wow. Yeah.
I hate that one. When people say smile, it might never happen. No, it already has happened, right? It's happened. That's why I'm not smiling.
It might never happen.
Get to fuck. Pisses me off. I feel like this has just been an episode of basically Ellie ranting.
We've just been chatting shit. But it's the shit that everyone wants to know. Because it's the most important shit.
So what I want to know from you guys is, what phrases really annoy you? What phrases do you see online, on social media, or even here in person that make you just want to punch someone? And also, what things do you find offensive that aren't really that offensive?
Put them in the comments below. Let us know what you think is offensive or not offensive to you, or offensive to you and not offensive to everyone else. Please tell us. Make us aware. Enlighten us. Because we want to know if we're just weird.
If you agree with any that we have said, let us know.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Is Ellie just a complete psychopath? Or does people actually follow her?
I think people will agree with some of them.
Unfortunately, guys, this episode must come to an end at some point. And I know you want to watch more. And I know you want to be a part of it. So make sure you're subscribed, got the notification bell ticked, and make sure that you get updated every single week when we put out a brand new video. Because why would you want to miss this? This beautiful face. And then Ellie.
Wow.
But no, we appreciate absolutely everything. We appreciate you coming in. We appreciate you taking your time to watch our videos. Is there anything else that we need to say, Ellie?
I don't think so.
In a bizzle, peeps.